If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Every time.
There's nothing to do but laugh when we're starting the show. It's like 5, 4, 3, and we're just laughing. Like, what are you going to do? Your shirt is so funny. Her shirt says, "Not friendly. Please do not touch."
I have a shirt that said, "Don't fucking touch me." Yes.
In Greenwich Village, they sell one that says, "Fuck you, you fucking fuck."
It's true. Some people are fucking fuck.
This is an episode about friendship. But see, we're friends because I do listen to what you say. And I do hug you, but then I feel bad about it. I'm like, maybe she didn't
no.
hug me.
No, if I know somebody very well, I'm all about hugs. But I don't want people that are randos, people I barely know, acquaintances. If I don't know you like that, I don't want you to hug me. Ew, it's gross.
I know.
Don't touch me.
Anyway, we're going to do an upbeat episode. Well, first of all, I don't even think I said hello. I'm Selene Castrovilla.
I'm Pascale.
There you go. And this is Life in Jest, the show that embraces Chaucer's sage words, many a true word hath been spoke in jest. And so today, I started making posts about Friendsgiving because it's so cute. Don't you think Friendsgiving is cute?
I do.
And after all, they always say you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends. And I think our friends are so, this goes without saying, our friends are so valuable to us. And I don't think I could even be here without my friends, who have been so amazing and supportive. And really, it's unbelievable when I look back and think like, oh my God, how did anybody put up with me with all the stuff I've gone through? But it's amazing.
Listen, that's what you do with friends, and you've done that with me. And I know I can literally tell you anything, and you will be okay with it. You will not judge me, and you will help me work out whatever craziness is happening.
Yeah, and that's so important. So I hope everybody listening has at least one friend like that. I really do, because I don't think I could make it. I just don't think I could make it. You have really been, and it's so funny, our friendship, the way it started, just because we married cousins. It was crazy, right? It's crazy how people meet, other than like some people just meet in high school or whatever. But with us, it was just by happenstance that we were both dating. We were dating these cousins, right? It's crazy.
Well, we were also, when we met, we were in a situation that was like a circus.
Yes.
Not an actual circus, but
right.
it was like being dumped down in crazy town. And I think that we were like, oh, look, a normal person.
Right. It's so
true. Yeah. Someone who also thinks that what's happening here is bizarre.
It's true. That's really funny. But sometimes I think that could apply to people meeting in high school too, because high school is a bit of a crazy town. So that could be why people bond in high school as well. But anyways, I started posting about it. Actually, my publisher put Happy Friendsgiving, and it's a history publisher. So they put my book, Revolutionary Friends. So that gave me the idea. I knew about Friendsgiving, but they actually were putting out a post about it. Like, well, let me put out one about us. And then I'm like, well, we should do an episode about friends. Because Friendsgiving is like the time of year. But honestly, friendship should be talked about always, because like really is so inspiring. Friendship also can change you. When you see how someone else sees you, you see yourself in a different light and you can grow. And also when people admire you, people encourage you, you feel like, okay, I can take that chance to do the thing that I was afraid to do. So it's just
Yeah.
so important to have these things. Let's get started. Both of us really love I Love Lucy. You especially. We've talked about how you love it. You have that picture and you went to do, there's so many things you love about Lucy, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you so you can see Lucy. Oh, you can't really see her.
No, not really. But we've seen it in another episodes, that's
Yes.
the picture.
There's a there's a lot of Lucy stuff. Lucy and Pennywise, that's what it is.
Which is so bizarre, but okay. I mean, so do they both have red hair? Does Pennywise have red hair?
Uh, yeah. Well, the Tim Curry one does. You know,
So
yeah, the other one does too.
so there you go. So you have that one moment of
They're different
reference.
shades, I guess.
We're trying to look at something similar because I don't know what else there would be similar between Lucy and Pennywise because she's so funny and he's so evil. And it's just they're very different. It's like the two
Yeah.
sides of you. But anyways, when I decided friendship, I immediately thought of Lucy and Ethel,
Well,
Vivian
it's
Vance,
one
her
of
real
the
name.
most famous friendships.
Yeah. And we really do concentrate on the show about the crazy antics they got into. But then you said, oh, I thought we were going to talk about real friendships. So that
Yeah.
made me look at real friendships. So not real. Yeah, I guess real. I mean,
Oh, I've got that
real
on
life.
my list. I've got a lot of TV friendships, but
Oh, well, we could do it
friendship,
then. I wasn't clear. I only told you last night, like, let's do this.
I know. And I was on my way out. I was like, I don't know when I'm going to do this.
Well, we could do TV ones too then. Whatever it is, it is. It's her
I mean,
mishmash.
we don't have to talk about them in depth, but there's ones that there's music friendships. There's,
Music,
there's a lot of,
like, well, yeah, you mean like when people collaborate? Is that what you're saying?
I like the most famous music friendship, I would say, is John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Well, that's real life. So that counts.
It is real life, and they were so creative together and were friends, and it's just an amazing relationship, I
It
think.
is. Is it true that they broke up because Yoko came between them? Is that true?
No, I don't think so. I
So
don't know that for a fact, but I
they
don't
just
think
sort
so.
of grew apart?
I think so. You know what? I would have to look that up. I for some reason, I think the Yoko thing was an issue probably, but maybe not
I
what
mean, I
people
heard that
make it to.
he insisted that she was there when they recorded and like she sort of,
Yeah. Oh
that
my
does sound
God.
intrusive.
What movie is it? I think it's Let It Be. She's just there, and I'm like, why is she there? It's
Right.
very annoying.
Maybe she wasn't the only reason, but she might have been either the straw or the thing that starts it, like, that makes you realize, oh man, we have these other problems that we never really addressed or something like that,
Yeah,
because
that's
to
worth looking
have this
into.
woman in there, that sounds really annoying.
Oh my God, I hate when people do that. When they bring someone, not necessarily their spouse or whatever, but when they bring somebody who has no reason to be there,
Yeah.
who's just distracting,
Yeah.
because not even that, like I dislike the other person, but uh, you're doing something
Right.
specifically that you guys are doing. There's no need for this other person to be
Right.
there. I
Agreed.
find that,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Well,
got to know.
it kills the vibe of something for sure. It
It
changes the mood of
does.
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's not even someone that's not a nice person or
Right.
interested,
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
they just don't belong there. Yeah.
Right.
And they don't have that shared passion about the thing, so why are they
Right.
there? You know?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
it is.
well, I agree with you, and I was looking at them, and it is fascinating. I do love when friendships become this whole creative thing. Actually, Lucy and Vivian Vance are an example of that as well, because their
Oh yeah,
friendship really was a
definitely.
collaboration. But the funny thing about Lucille Ball and Vivian Vance was that did you know Lucille Ball did not want to cast her initially?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Lucy, she was casting it with her husband, Desi Arnaz, they were doing it together. And Lucy wanted Vivian Vance played Ethel Mertz, the landlady, and they lived in an apartment building. And she wanted her to be an unattractive older actress because she wanted her character to stand out more, you know? So she really wanted her to be frumpy and a bit overweight, right? And Vivian Vance really is, she was only 2 years older than Lucy. She was 42. So Lucy, on a side note, Lucy was older in a way to be on a sitcom. That actually is
Yes.
pretty interesting.
And she has the baby. So
Right.
she was
So she was in
older.
her. That's amazing, actually.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty groundbreaking.
I did know the thing about Ethel. I didn't know that she didn't want to cast her. But
Yeah.
yeah, I knew the
eh,
thing about she wanted her to be heavier than her. Lucy
yeah.
wasn't a small woman.
She was she. Did she struggle with her weight?
I not struggle with her weight, but I think she was just naturally, I think she was like a size 14. She was also that
Really?
kind of
She didn't look like
not
that at all.
tall. I I I think she's like a little taller than average, maybe. I'm not sure about that either, but yeah,
Hmm.
she
She
wasn't
looks thin
like
in the
a
shows. I don't know.
yeah, but she wasn't like a dainty woman, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Interesting. Well,
So, right, I didn't think she was fat or anything, but,
no, but well, 14.
that's not really as big as you think it is.
All
I think
right.
it's
But
like
I'm
an
surprised
average
because
size for women.
they say that the camera adds 10 pounds. So I'm surprised because
Uh,
I'm
once
not
again,
calling it anything, but I'm saying she looked thin to me.
I
Like
think she was
thin. Like,
also a little taller. I could be wrong,
yeah.
but I don't think
Interesting.
so.
Well, anyway, so I thought it was interesting that if it was up to her, there would have been no Lucy and Ethel, which is so funny. How she like almost was the reason that the whole thing didn't happen. They say you make your choices about life, but if only we knew our choices, and if it wasn't for Ricky or Desi in real life, they wouldn't have been. He said give her a chance, and she did. So it was really good. You know, imagine it would have
Oh,
been totally
yeah.
different show because that is a
Oh,
huge part of that show, the chemistry between them. You know.
oh yeah, definitely.
So she recognized the chemistry, luckily, right away, and then they really bonded. And Lucy Arnaz, Lucille Ball's daughter, said, "I grew up with her around a lot. My mother and Vivian were really good friends in real life, like sisters and good friends. They tell each other exactly what's what, and they adored each other. And when Vivian would get together with my mother, it was lovely. So that's nice." But
Yeah.
I was reading an article that was trying to stir up trouble, right? So it wasn't easy for Vance to live in Ball's shadow, but it's not really Lucille's fault that she was in the shadow because actually, I Love Lucy ended and Vivian Vance was trying to do a series based on the life of Babs Hooton, who was a New York socialite who moves to New Mexico to run a hotel and a ranch. And Desi financed a pilot for it. So that
Really?
was really nice. Yeah. But the show was rejected by CBS. So then Vance continued to play Ethel on the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour until 1960.
Mhm.
So Desi tried to help her. Nobody was forcing her to remain in that role. So
I know,
I don't
but
think,
then
yeah,
they did Here's Lucy together.
that was later. That was after. Yeah. When was Here's Lucy? That's later. Well,
Yeah,
here's what
it's
happened.
much later.
Yeah, it was 68. Well, here's what happened. Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. I guess then after that, Lucy and Desi must have got divorced, right? Is that when they
You
got
know, no,
because then they had the Lucy show in 62 without Desi. So that's not when they got divorced?
I'm pretty sure. Once again, check all these facts, anybody who's interested, because sometimes I make shit up. I don't mean to, but I do. But I, I could have sworn I read, the end of Lucy where they moved to the country. Yes, I read that at that point that's when things started to go sour and they
Yeah, but
separated.
but they started but then they started a show after that.
They also remained close for the rest of their lives.
Oh, so all
Or
right.
I
Well,
think Jessie
so
died before she did, but I I
well, all
don't
right. So then they had the Lucy Desi show, so maybe they weren't even together, but they were just doing it to perform. But then
once
she
again,
broke off.
check it. I'm not sure.
Then she broke off on her own in 62, and she said that she wanted Vivian Vance, but Vivian said the only one condition was she wanted her character on the new series to be named Vivian. She was tired of people calling her Ethel in public. All the people would come up to her, Ethel, Ethel, which is funny, you know?
That is funny.
We even have Ethel now with Richard Christie. He always plays the character on Howard Stern. This guy Ethel Mertz does a voice supposed to be a woman. Totally, you can tell it's a man. And he does these phony phone calls, and he calls himself Ethel Mertz.
Oh, is it Mertz? I knew it was Ethel, but I didn't know.
No, sometimes they say Ethel what? He goes Ethel Mertz. He says Ethel Mertz.
I don't know how I missed that. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got the most terrible old woman's voice.
It's ridiculous. Well,
they never believe he's a woman.
And he keeps saying, I'm a lady.
I know. It's so funny.
She quit the Lucy show after 3 seasons in 1965, and it's speculated that she was tired of commuting from her home in Stamford, Connecticut to Hollywood. That would be tiring. Maybe you should get a home in Hollywood, but okay. Then she made 3 more appearances until the show ended in 1968. That show had a long run then. And then she made guest appearances on Lucy's 3rd show, Here's Lucy. That's the one you were saying. So these shows had pretty long runs, actually. And then their unshakable friendship was there until the very end when Vivian Vance died of bone cancer, which is awful.
Like in the end of the 70s, right?
I don't have the year. This was decided last night for us to do this episode, so I don't have my usual. I was out, you were going out, and I just patched it together this morning. So I patched it, babies. I patched it. Sorry.
Listen, but whatever. People
listen, if anybody's interested, you have the internet, so go for it.
That's what I tell people all the time when they ask me things. I'm like, you have the internet too.
I like to give as much information as possible, but on this particular day, I just didn't have the time.
Listen,
but I think we're giving the interesting stuff, and if people want to know the firm furthermore, often I look things up further when I hear something on something. I'm like, I want to know more, and I delve into it.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, Lucille called to say goodbye, and somebody said you could hear them laughing towards the end. There was a lot of sobbing, but it was an amazing thing to witness the love of these 2 women. That's sad. It's so sad. But but on the other hand, at least they had each other, I think.
Yeah. And someone has to go first.
It's true.
Obviously.
Well, you're right. There's no question. Is there anything you want to add about Lucy before I move on?
No.
Good. All right. Well, we do love Lucy. And I will say that when I was pregnant with Michael, somebody falsely told me I was having a miscarriage. It was really just a urinary tract infection. And they told me to sit and drink cranberry juice, which apparently is supposed to be for that kind of stuff. But I just knew that I wasn't having a miscarriage. I just knew this person was wrong. And I decided that what I was going to do was bring my mood up, elevate, and not be sad at all, and just laugh. And I remember this was at a time we didn't have what we have now. We didn't have the internet. Can you believe that? We didn't have, there might have been the internet, but we didn't have it like we have it now where we could just
oh yeah, no.
And there were not a lot of choices of things to watch. So I put on reruns of course there were reruns because there's no new I Love Lucy. I put on I Love Lucy, and that's what I just watched I Love Lucy and elevated my mood. And I did in fact have my son, Michael. So there you go.
See? Go Lucy.
Go Lucy. And in the secret, that's one of the things that they tell you. The idea of elevating, you have to elevate yourself with laughter and smiling. They say laughter is the best medicine, and they're right. I don't know if it's the best, but it's good. Okay, so I found this one. I just started picking out odd ones too. But it's not all like that, but Harry Styles and Stevie Nicks. That's interesting, right?
What?
Right. Harry Styles and Stevie Nicks are great friends. And it all started when, I know, but they're both very talented. I mean, he really is. And so is she. She's amazing. And she's one of the great performers in Fleetwood Mac and also solo career. Really amazing. And it says they met in 2015 when Styles went to see Nicks perform. And then they've shown lots of public support for each other, and they've even performed together. And Nicks said in an interview with Zane Lowe. Do you know who Zane Lowe is?
Nope.
Nor do I. She said, he is that kind of friend. He's a brother and a son, and maybe we're best friends in another life or something. So that's interesting. It's funny. It's true that sometimes when you meet someone and you have this instant thing, it's like maybe you knew each other in another life, for sure. So I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that.
That's
Do you
interesting.
want to? Yeah, no, I think so. I have another really funny one, but do you have one you want to say?
Let's see who I have. I'm looking for real life. I mean, I have a couple that we all know about, like Jane
You can do
Fonda and
TV
Lily
if you want.
Tomlin.
Oh,
Oh
that
my
is a
God.
good one.
Yeah, I
Jane
mean,
Fonda
they've
and Lily
worked
Tomlin are
together
great. Yeah.
on so many things, and they're great together. And it's just so interesting because I don't know if they did anything together before 9 to 5, but they've
I don't
been
know.
working
Yeah.
closely since. I mean,
Yeah.
there's Grace and Frankie, not tons of movies, but several movies that they've been
Yeah.
in. And it's kind of nice because they're so different, They're such different women.
They're so different, but I guess at the core, there's something the same that holds them together. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both actors, but I think it's more than that. It's kind of like in Grace and Frankie. Did you watch that at all?
Yeah. Hmm.
So it's interesting how they wind up, they weren't friends at all until their husbands, became lovers, and they're kind of thrust into
Yeah.
it, and you kind of see them. I go for the way their friendship evolved, but I don't go for them forgiving those. Suddenly the men are just accepted and like, no, they did a horrible thing. No,
I
I'm
agree.
not good. I'm not for that. But it's just they did it really quickly. They were like horrible, horrible. Oh, let's accept them. No,
Yeah.
you
I
need a
mean,
little
it's a
more.
TV show. They've got to move on, I guess. It's a
Uh,
comedy. If it was a drama,
it could have
maybe.
gone. It could have gone longer. That us against them. They didn't have to all be all of a sudden like kumbaya. But
Yeah.
whatever.
But you know
So
how TV shows are.
it depends on the show, I guess, but that's fine. But I stopped watching it. I'll tell you that.
I did too. At some point, I bailed. I was like, all right, that's one of those
Yeah,
shows. It could have ended.
yeah.
I would have been okay with it.
I think in a way they are like those characters. Maybe I'm
Oh, I
wrong though.
think
Maybe
so.
they just do it so well. But at the core, it's these two women that have faced a lot, and in real life, they must have faced so many obstacles coming up. We all hear about the struggles of female actresses and women in general, right? Especially in Hollywood, it's been remarked upon a lot. And they probably bonded over that. And I could see how they became friends. A lot of people start off a friendship meeting on a set. And I think there's something magical about that. It's kind of like a little bubble in your life. Not that I've ever been on a set, but I've heard people talk about it. And it's easy to bond then. Well, it's like when you're working, anywhere you work, you become friends with those people. But if you have something that does bind you with the person tighter, so you're put into that forced proximity, which is a trope, right, in writing, and then you have that spark, and suddenly you have a romance novel. I think that it makes sense that a lot of people's friendships start on a set because you have to have not just to meet. I mean, you could just meet at one moment and know it, but I think if you're working with them day to day to day, it's a little easier to cement that friendship. You know,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have friends like that, obviously, right, we've met at work, and you don't obviously hit it off with everyone at work, but there's certain
right?
people that you just really connect with.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah, it's great, you know.
It is great. But so that is a good one. I'm glad you brought that up because I totally forgot to put them down.
Yeah, they were
I like
they
them.
were on my list.
They're good for you. And you can do TV once. It's my fault because I did say TV because you were the one that said it should be real life, and I'm like, oh, whatever. And then,
I have both. And a few of them are people like Lucy and Ethel or Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin who worked together,
yeah,
you know, became good friends for life after, you know.
yeah,
So yeah.
okay. Well, I will give you. This is funny. 50 Cent and Bette Midler. Yes.
I did not know about that one. Like the only one you hear about is Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart.
Okay, I have that also. Yeah, I have that also. But I didn't really know that either. I have a few, but for Bette Midler and 50 Cent, um, they met working for the charity New York Restoration Project, and
Mhm.
she gushed, "He's one of the newest members of our tribe." And then she said, "He's really made my life worth living." Now, what?
Oh, that's really sweet. That's really nice.
Yeah,
I like her
I
so
know.
much.
I like her too. Yeah. She's a really interesting person. She's very caring. I guess he is too. I have heard him talk about things like I've heard him on Howard, and oh, it was funny when he talked about dating Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
That was a funny. Yeah. He said he called her Gator because you had to really, she was like, you had to hold her down. Like it could be taken a lot of ways, but sounds funny. And I don't know. He does sound like, and he talked about being shot. I remember, so
Yeah.
he's an interesting person for sure. But I really love that when people from a totally different, not like an era and genre, right? And they mesh. I think that's really great.
Well, that's
So
kind of like Stevie Nicks and Harry Styles. Like,
it's true.
I
But
mean,
they're both.
like I get
That's
that
true.
they're
But well, I
singers,
guess
but
you're right. Yeah,
it's an
yeah.
odd pair.
Yeah. Well, I think because it's true. I don't know why, but 50 Cent just hits me even odder than the other one. You don't
Yeah.
really hear much about 50 Cent anymore at all, really.
Because I
I
think
guess he's
he's
retired.
behind the scenes. I think,
Yeah.
he does shows, I believe. Like,
Oh,
I,
okay.
yeah, I don't know if he is in music anymore. Maybe he is. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I thought
But
that was a fun one.
yeah,
And
I
that's
love
really
that.
all. That's all
Yeah,
I
that's
have to
great.
say about that. That's all I have to say about that. Just like, but yeah. So I would like to look more into that. Maybe I'll look more into that. But that's all I have right now.
Oh,
Oh, I hear
cool.
your cat.
Uh, uh,
You
oh,
kitty?
yeah, I don't even know I think that's Big Cat. Yeah,
Oh,
he just likes to talk. So I rent from a friend and we have a door that connects and she is watching her sister's cat. And my
oh,
cat, they have like a little romance going through the door. They've never met,
oh no,
but they sit on
oh,
either side of the door.
oh.
Yeah, but I've now had to barricade my door because he was like trying to scratch his way
Well,
into
why
the
don't
other
you
room.
introduce them? Why don't you introduce them? Why are you being so mean and not letting them meet?
Uh, I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean.
Well, why don't you let them see each other?
I don't know because he's weird. I love him, but he's not exactly. First of all, he is not about being picked up at all. And I don't want him to just go running around.
Why don't you bring that cat into your apartment?
Because I don't know her like that. She's not going to let me pick her up. She's just started letting me pet her.
All right, I just think it's sad that they don't get to actually see each other.
Listen,
I don't know.
my son doesn't need to be going around with any girl.
Wow. Okay. Wow, you sound like one of those mothers that's just trying to get rid of all the girls. That's so funny. You're
I
one of
am.
those jealous mothers that don't want
Yes,
your son to date.
me and those boys were very, very Bates family, little Normans.
Wow. Oh
We're
boy.
very,
Wow, you just took that to a whole new level.
yes, listen, I'm not like that with my human son. I love my daughter-in-law.
Wow. All right. I'm going to have to think about you as the Bates family with your cats now. That's a little odd, but okay. Wow.
They're gonna stuff
Um,
me and put me in the window.
oh dear. I'd like to see them come up with the rent money. That'll be a trick.
I can see Baxter working it out.
Really? Okay.
He's he looks like he rise to the occasion.
All right. Well,
Listen,
will he be
he
my
likes his
will he be my
creature comfort.
co-host?
I wouldn't be surprised. He likes his creature comforts. He's not like no, I did make a will recently and I gave them like you know, a money for their care, you know,
Wow.
who's
So you think your
who's
cats are going
getting
to outlive
them.
you?
Oh, no, it'd be the other way around.
You think your cats are going to
Oh
outlive
my
you?
God, no, I misunderstood what you said.
Oh,
You don't know?
I guess you're right. I mean,
Listen, I
it's
want
true.
to
I
make
don't.
sure they're taken care of.
Wow. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I just assumed somebody would take care of the animals. No, you can't
I
assume that. I
I
guess you
would
can.
like them kept in the manner they're accustomed to.
Okay. Wow,
Listen,
that's funny.
these
You
are
should
like my
put.
children.
Yeah. All right. I'm not going to be a downer, but I was going to say you should put any animals I have at the time of my death because you don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I can change it,
Oh my God.
and
This way it's one and done. You
and
don't ever have to change it again. But okay.
oh my
All right.
God, I don't even want to talk about this. This is going to be like I'm going
All
to have to
right.
take
Oh
off
my
for
God.
a week in mourning. This is going to be bad.
Well, you've had animals before.
I have, and I've always obviously been upset, you
Yeah.
know. But
I don't think what about your cat? Like Nicholas, right?
oh my God, that is
You
awful.
adored him.
Awful.
Right. All right. Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be callous at all. I adore Bean. I've adored all my pets, but it's horrible. But we do know that that's probably going to happen. I mean,
And yet
unfortunately,
we
this is
keep
a really
doing
sad
it.
thing about animals.
It
Well,
is very sad.
because we love it is really such a pure love. You know, it's it's the friendship we all crave for, right? It's all the love, the relationship we all crave. We get from our animals. You know.
I listen. All the pictures in my phone are my cats and my granddaughter. I look like a stalker. If someone were to look at my phone, and I'm sure
No,
many
you're not
people
the
are
only
like
one.
this,
Everybody's
it's
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
videos of the cats. I'm literally,
Yeah. Hey, this is how, I mean, I think TikTok, most of the things they have on there are either
uh,
dog or cat videos,
yes, on
Now, at least you're not
Instagram.
staging. At least you're
Yeah,
not staging ridiculous things. They're making whole
I.
scenarios, like
Oh yes,
like
and
it's crazy what they're doing.
listen, I'm in. I follow so
But
many
they
cats
made,
and
come on,
dogs.
they.
I
I like
follow
no, I like
hedgehogs.
it.
I'm a weirdo.
I think no, I like it, but I don't like it when it's really, really like a whole stage thing because I think the animals are good enough to do it naturally. Whatever they do funny on their own is really cute. I mean, you could add the music, but they have the ones now where it's like a baby and a dog and a cat, and one of them is accusing the other. It's like, obviously somebody staged this thing to be spilled.
No, no, I don't follow anyone like that.
I just don't think we need that. And then one person does it, and all of a sudden it's just done. Why does everybody take it like it's a scripted thing and then reenact it? I don't understand that. Like it's
Yeah,
every
no.
like I say someone do something once on TikTok, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But then all of a sudden I see everybody doing it. I'm like, oh, so this is like people are just all doing this, but why? Like one day
I
they
don't
were
know.
reenacting. There was a Elle Woods, somebody was reenacting like a speech from that lawyer movie, Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? I saw one person do it. I'm like, all right. And then like all of a sudden everybody's doing it. I'm like, why is
Yeah.
everybody doing the same thing?
The
Right?
current one is that fucking song I hate. People singing that, that "Hey, what's going on?" I forget what it's called.
Oh, that song
The
sucks.
Four Non-Blondes. I
Oh,
hate that
oh,
song.
it's an awful
And
song.
now
Yeah.
everybody's making videos singing that song, and I'm like, really? And I
Really?
get. I mean, "Hey, what's going
Why?
on?" It's kind of. I guess it's going with the times because really,
I
what is
don't,
going
is
on?
this like,
But
I mean, I would sing a song. Are they actually singing or
it's
are they lip syncing?
lip sync.
See, okay. I would rather sing a song.
I'm
You
gonna
know?
tell you, I wouldn't do either one.
Well, I would sing a song that I love, but I'm not going to sing a song just because it's a trend that everybody's singing. I mean, maybe they all love that song. It's possible. But that song is whining. I'm like, I
Oh
can't
my
take that song.
God. I there are
No.
that episode we did about like there are certain songs I just
Yeah.
hate, hate,
Yeah.
and that is one of them. I cannot
Yeah.
listen to
It's
that
not for
song
me.
for more than 2 seconds. I want to kill
No.
somebody. They did Howard. They did it. I saw on,
What
I
happened?
follow the Stern show, and
Yeah.
they had the actual lady, that Four Non-Blondes lady, that wears the hat on.
I don't know the lady. They had her on Howard? What, on the wrap up show?
Probably the wrap-up show, I guess. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it.
Though now they have the thing where they bring people in like separately in the studio, so they could have done that too. So they had her on singing it. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I saw it
Or
like
was she
5 seconds of
lip-syncing to her
it.
own song?
I don't know, but I was like, "Oh, I'm so irritated by her."
Yeah.
She's got a very specific look. She wears this hat.
I don't know. Yeah, I've never
I
seen her. But,
ugh,
I didn't even know,
I
like, I know the
can't.
song, but I don't even know. But well, look, at least she wasn't on the show, right? We can say that.
Oh, yeah,
That's a
good
plus. Yeah.
lord.
But,
Anyway, go ahead.
well, I don't know. I was thinking about singing on TikTok, like, but I'm gonna sing because I love to sing. I've always wanted to sing.
We used to go to karaoke and you'd sing.
Yes, I love it. I'll do that, but I'm not gonna lip sync. I wanna be all in. I wanna sing. So, anyway,
Alright.
you wanna go with another one?
Uh, yes. So, um, I like this one. You know, I'm a big fan of The Office. So
Yes.
there were 2 characters on The Office, Pam and Angela, who always have, like, issues because Angela's kind of a bitch. And, you know,
Is that the
through
blonde one?
yes, yes.
Okay.
And throughout the whole
Yeah.
series, she's just, uh, very she's an aggressive not aggressive, it's just a pain in the ass, and her and
Yeah.
Pam have all these issues throughout the entire series. But in real life, they are best friends, and they
Wow.
do a podcast together called The
Oh,
Office
really?
Ladies. And
Oh, that's
yeah, and I
funny.
think it's funny that, they had such their characters had such a bad relationship, but in real life,
Yeah.
they have a great relationship. And I think that's
Oh, I
really
like
nice.
that.
And I just
Yeah.
y- I I loved Angela's character because she's just so mean.
Yeah, she did always just say whatever came to mind. No filter.
Yes.
Hashtag no
But she was
filter. Yeah.
also like a crazy cat lady that
Yeah.
I loved that, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
I
have to
just think
watch
it's
that. I have watched many, many episodes, but I never watched it, like, in any kind of order. So I really wanna go I really should go and, like, watch the evolution of everything.
oh yes, I could literally tell you what happens in every episode. I could tell you about
I'm gonna
every
say, though,
character. I
it's
love
a
that show.
little but it's a little daunting because there's so much of it, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like a mountain I'll
Yes.
never be able to climb. And
Yes.
also, there's the
Listen,
fact that when I get home, like, I watch very little TV, and I always fall asleep, like, so I will probably be on episode 1 for, like, months.
yes, it does go
So I don't
on.
think
It
it's in
probably
my
went on
cards. Yeah.
for longer than it needed to go on.
Maybe
Like,
maybe this sounds just as an outsider, but maybe when Michael left, they could have just ended it.
uh, no, because, well, not to me. Yes, they do have Will Ferrell is the boss very briefly, and I hate those episodes. They're the only episodes that I really
I don't like
dislike.
him at all. I've never
I
liked him.
I don't love him, and he's just
No.
annoying in this. But then
Yeah.
James Spader becomes the boss.
Oh,
Actually, what's her face becomes the boss for a while. Oh, I love this actress so much. She plays Dolores Claiborne. What is her name? Kathy Bates? Kathy
Kathy
Bates.
Bates? Oh, like, okay, I didn't even know that. That's fascinating. I had no
Kathy
idea she was ever
Bates.
on that show.
And
Wow.
then James
Okay.
Spader.
Okay,
James
I didn't know
Spader,
about either one of them. Okay.
I love his character so much.
He's good. I like his acting. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I stand corrected. What do I know?
So
Um,
yes, that's a
all right.
friendship that I
That's
really
good.
love.
That that's nice. I'm glad that they have that friendship. And that's nice that they have that podcast. Very good for them.
Yeah,
Cool.
I love
What
it.
do they talk
So
about, only The Office, or they just it's like that's their springing point, but they really talk about anything?
I have no idea. I haven't honestly listened to it yet. It's one of those things I always, it's on my list of things to get to,
Yeah.
but I never seem to
Yeah.
get to it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna probably listen to it. I mean, I really when I'm driving around or anytime I'm listening to something, I'm really trying to focus on, work stuff,
Yeah.
marketing and all those things. I was always listening, as we know, to those murder things, and I finally let go of that, which is a relief because it really was bringing me down.
I still listen.
It's like the
I listen.
opposite.
Yeah, I listen to a couple, and I'm always trying to catch up on Howard. And I
Right.
read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of books.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I do like to listen to books. I have to get more to listen to. All right, so you mentioned it. I have Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. Stewart? Martha Stewart.
Do it.
I will say they both. What did he do recently? Didn't he do something that
He
he
did.
changed or something?
He did.
What did he do again?
He went to a movie. I don't know the entire story very well, but he went to a movie with one of his grandchildren, and there was some sort of gay something in the movie. I don't know what it was, but he had like some sort of negative comment about it. And
Hmm,
yeah, it was kind of
that's
cringy.
not good.
Yeah,
That's
he
awful.
also,
Yeah,
a while back, like he was very anti-Trump several years ago, I guess the first go round. And
yeah.
this time he played some sort of Trump event. And,
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of
yeah,
actually, yeah. Wow. Like, what is
yeah,
that?
I don't
And
know
he had
because,
said something like, "Anybody that's for him, I'm against," or something, and then he completely switched, right?
yeah, like yeah, because I
What
hate
is
to
it?
say it, but he probably wanted that money. And there were people that performed that were kind of
How much
has-been-y,
money
like
does it
Nelly.
Yeah, yeah,
And I could
yeah.
see them doing it. I mean, it's kind of a morally
Well,
bankrupt,
wait a minute, though.
but I can
Uh,
see you kind of wanting the cash. But Snoop Dogg doesn't need any money.
no!
Uh,
No! Doesn't he have, like, a weed business too?
I don't
Doesn't he?
know. That makes
I don't know, but
sense,
he
but
definitely
I
has
don't know.
money. The man has money. He does not
The
need
man
that.
has all kinds of money. It's
Yeah,
just like, to say one thing and then kind of sell your soul just sucks.
yeah. I don't get that.
There's certain
That's
people,
terrible.
even like J.K. Rowling, and I'm a big Harry Potter
Yeah.
fan. I have on my chair that I'm sitting on a throw that is a Harry Potter throw, and I have Harry Potter stuff, obviously. But yeah, I mean, uh,
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with her.
she has
I
problems
don't
with
know.
trans people. Like, who the fuck
Yeah, why?
cares? Like,
I
why
don't
are
know why
you
she
so
cares about that. Yeah.
right? Just leave people alone.
Uh,
Like, and
I don't know.
you
Yeah,
have such a big
that's a whole other maybe
platform.
we'll talk.
Yeah. Ugh,
Yeah. Well,
it's so
she's stupid.
disgusting.
She really is stupid to do that too because she's just turning on I guess she doesn't care. I guess she's got FU money, whatever, but, like, I don't
I,
know why you would do that. Like, I don't
I
she
don't
didn't
know.
seem she thought reading her book, she sort of sounded like a more accepting person. I guess that's just
Right.
what we read into it,
And
though.
I'm
I
like,
don't know. I
oh,
guess we
what?
just read into that.
I guess so,
I
but
don't know.
it is very
It's
disappointing. And
interesting. It's interesting how you make you think you know somebody based on how they write, but it's not
yeah,
really the case. Like it's very
no,
interesting.
ugh,
Yeah. I don't know, but
it's
that's a whole other topic we could talk about another time because I don't it's very disturbing. We could
it
talk
is.
about people that have let us down.
Oh my
but
God, there's
but
so
Martha
many.
Stewart I know. But Martha Stewart also, I don't know if this is public knowledge or not, but I have a friend from Vermont and who was from the town where was it Vermont? I think so, where Martha Stewart was from, whatever town it was, right? I think I
And
told you this. My
Vermont always makes me think of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot? Oh, well, that's different. Yeah. But
Anyway, go on.
Martha
Sorry.
Stewart is from, I believe it's a town in Vermont, unless my friend moved, but they were from the same town. Martha Stewart was, when she was starting out, she was either putting together a cookbook or she had a book deal and she didn't have enough recipes. And she asked everybody to give them their recipes. And then she said she was going to give everybody credit. And then she took credit for all these recipes without ever giving them any credit or any kind of compensation or anything. She just
Wow,
completely backstabbed these people. Yes. Now,
that's
this
terrible.
is just hearsay, but this is a story my friend told me. And so I'm just saying what I heard from somebody else. Nobody sue me.
If
I don't know.
that's true,
But
that's
that's
pretty
what I heard.
awful.
Well, we've heard there's been stories about her, about various things. I don't know, but that's
Yes.
what I heard. So if it's true, then she and Snoop are both kind of have jerky kind of behaviors.
Yeah.
So maybe that's how that's the real story of their bonding, right?
And especially
But it
him,
said,
like everybody loves Snoop. Like, why? Why? Why is
Yeah,
he doing those things?
I don't know why did he decide to call himself Snoop Lion at one point? What was
I
that?
know. That was so silly. I forgot about that.
Well, what I mean, stop, Um, so it so they met in 2008. It's very funny that he joined Martha Stewart to make mashed potatoes on her cooking show, The Martha Stewart Show. And then he returned the next year to make brownies, and they talked about the most important part of that recipe, which doesn't say what they were, but perhaps it was friendship. I don't know.
Oh, God.
And then they bonded and they worked as roasters together on the 2015 Justin Bieber roast. Well, that's odd too.
Yeah, really.
I don't know. Who would, I guess it's just the power of getting someone to write good jokes for you, like, because obviously she's not a comedian, but
Yes, I guess.
it's funny. And then they were co-hosts of the 2021 and 2022 Puppy Bowls. I guess that's like the kitten bowl that Beth does. And
Yeah.
then they co-starred in various Skechers commercials. Interesting. And then they've teamed up to co-host VH1's celebrity cooking show, Martha and Snoop's Potluck Dinner Party. And then they judged a Halloween food competition, Snoop and Martha's Very Tasty Halloween. I missed all this.
That's
No
cute.
idea what was
I
going
did
on.
too.
If they don't talk about it on Howard, it doesn't happen. That's how it goes in my life.
Listen, a couple of years ago, I bought my brother for Christmas. They had like a a wine pack. One was Snoop wine and one was Martha Stewart. And I
Oh
thought
my
it was
God, that's
funny.
funny. That's
Yeah, I
very
was like, "Oh,
funny.
this is so funny. I have to get it for him."
Was it the 19 Crimes or whatever that thing is?
No, it
Because he's
wasn't.
on he's on that.
Uh, yes. Oh, maybe his bottle was. It's very possible.
She should be on 19 Crimes. She went to prison.
I know,
That'd
I
be
know.
funny. If she
19
really wants
Crimes,
to be
yeah.
funny, that would be good.
I usually
You
like
know?
19 Crimes wine. It's one of the few
Didn't you tell me
wines.
you told me that the Snoop one was good. I thought you were the one that
Yeah,
told me that.
I think I did.
I
So then, yeah,
cannot,
I
this is
guess
a
the
total
Snoop
side
one.
note. I can't, I can't drink red wine anymore. Ever since I took the
I know.
Zepbound,
Yeah,
my
you
tastes
told
have
me.
completely changed. I was thinking about trying to throw together, make a sangria and maybe see what happens.
Mhm. Oh my.
Maybe now that I take less Zepbound, I really cut back because
Yeah.
I lost, I lost 100 pounds, and which I didn't know I had to lose, but I had gained a ton of weight from my grief and whatever. And, so I'm happy with my weight. And, so I went down to much lower doses because it really did make me very sick. So now the lower doses does not make me sick, happily. I guess because I got so used to it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
remember
great.
when I started, I got very sick from the moment I started. When we were in Scotland, it was
Yeah.
horrible.
I
Um,
mean, it's
but
funny.
anyway,
You and
what?
I I mean, you were sick through your pregnancies. I guess
Yeah,
you just have
yeah.
like it's
I
just
have that kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah. And it really was just like morning sickness. It was exactly the same as being pregnant. That's how the Zepbound affected me. But
Yeah.
now that I've gone back to the lower dose, luckily, I guess I just got so used to it. It really
You're
doesn't, thank
better.
you. It does not. Yeah. But so
I
I'm wondering if I could try the wine again and maybe like mix some like sangria stuff, like the fruit, I don't know. I miss the red wine because I always really liked it because it's just red wine. You just just sip at it and it's just relaxing. You don't get like, it's just, so I kind of miss that. When I drink white wine, I tend to drink it faster because, it's just like a more guzzly type of wine. you
It
know?
is. And it's funny, I'm the opposite. I used to only drink white wine, and now I only drink red.
Yeah.
Like, I'll drink white
Yeah.
wine
That's
if
true.
that's all that's there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hate it or
Right.
anything, but I prefer
Yeah.
it's
Well,
like I'm
I
a
at the
grown-up.
time, we, well, I know, but I don't know. Now I just can't. But I really would like to try it again because I mean, it really is like when you get good red wine, it's really good. It's got
Yeah,
those
I
notes.
agree. Mhm.
White wine doesn't have the complexity of the red wine. I don't think. I
I
don't know.
agree.
I mean, maybe it does, but um, and I just tend to drink it faster, and because I do my signature. I have my signature now is I take a shot of tequila, and which is only the least calories of all alcohol is tequila. I learned that from the liquor store guy. I was buying vodka. He goes, Then I told him I switched from wine. I wanted to lose weight. He goes, no, you got to get the tequila. So I learned that from the liquor store guy. So I took a shot of tequila. Then I pour in flavored seltzer and then lime, like at least a half a lime. So I try to take a seltzer that matches with the lime. So lime seltzer would be the obvious. Then there's like cranberry lime. There's a lot of lime seltzer. So that's really what I do. Once in a while, it will need a little, because seltzer obviously has no sugar. So once in a while, it feels like it needs a little sweetness, so I'll put a little stevia in it. But that doesn't add any calories. So it's really a great thing. And you know what I did the other day? I had bought V8, but I'm really against sodium, right? I don't know why, but I just have this thing against sodium because I heard it's not good. Now, people are now saying, oh, it's good, that good. I don't know. So, but I bought the low sodium V8. I tried to drink it. I'm like, oh my God, this needs salt. Like I didn't think anything ever, I don't add salt to anything, but it was so frigging bland, So I had all this, I had the open thing of it. So I'm like, well, what am I going to do with this? It was the little cans, but once you open the package, you can't return it, right? Maybe some people would, but I don't. So I decided to mix it with my tequila, and then I added Tabasco. I put ice, Tabasco, and then I put like pepper and regular pepper, like seasonings also. And it was really good. So I solved that.
That was good. That was a good idea.
But also it's extremely low calorie. So there's that. There are ways to enjoy your alcohol. Like, yes. So anyway, going back to Snoop and Martha, these are really funny quotes, okay? She said, when you work with someone like Snoop, it's like having a sidekick, how great it is. Now, I don't know if he would like being called a sidekick. I thought that was kind of funny, right?
I'm then she said, either one would be.
Right. I don't know. But then she said, that's why all the comedians have sidekicks and bands, because it loosens them up and lets them be freer. Snoop is my freedom.
Wow.
Just the quote that says, Snoop is my freedom is hysterical. Am I wrong?
Oh, no. that is something.
But I think that's kind of insulting to him.
I think it is,
Don't you feel that?
Yes.
I don't think he would consider himself her sidekick.
No, right? I don't think Snoop would consider himself anybody's sidekick.
He's nobody's sidekick. That's odd. That's an odd. That is the funniest thing, but insulting to him. Like, it's kind of making him lesser than what I think out of the two of them, he's the more entertaining one. I mean, I could be wrong. It's not like I just think I always, despite what he's done, I've always found him very entertaining.
Oh, I did too. Definitely.
Yeah. He's just funny. He's just like someone you can listen about anything, I don't think she would be as interesting about off the cuff. Go, Martha. I don't think she could riff like Snoop Dogg,
No, I agree.
I don't think so. I'm sure she had very good writers. If she did any roasts, she had to have had very good writers writing those jokes. But I think Snoop, he probably had writers too, but I feel Snoop could just go off the cuff. He could just look at somebody and take them down. He's got that. He's that kind of guy. But he said something funny about her too. He said in 2016, he told the Hollywood Reporter that Stewart is his homegirl. I think that's really funny.
Homegirl.
This is my homegirl. And they have a special bond that goes way back. Yeah.
I think that's sweet.
Funny, right?
Yeah.
It is sweet. But I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised that he didn't take offense to the sidekick thing.
No, I guess he doesn't care.
All right.
I mean,
maybe
that's
he
his
didn't even hear
homegirl.
it.
So
it's his homegirl. That's his homegirl.
Can we stop?
All right.
For like
you got
2
another
seconds? one? Yeah. Can we stop?
Yeah.
Can I just run?
I'm just going to let it go. I don't know what happens if all right. You know what? I will stop and start it again. No, I don't know what to do.
Edit it?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'll just edit it. Go ahead.
Okay. 2 seconds.
You go, girl. You go, girl.
Oh, you'll see my pajamas.
No, I'm going to take it out.
I'm back.
All right.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, I think it's your turn.
Okay. How am I going to do? And I just name a couple. I'm not going to just, who did I not? Oh, I have TV friendships that I love, love, love so much. run over
Okay.
them very quick. Bill and Ted,
Okay.
Excellent Adventures. What? Love
That
it.
is good. Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
on Broadway now, the
Yeah.
two of them. They're doing a show on Broadway.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. But is it?
It's not
Wait.
that.
No. Is it Bill?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, they're
It's
real
just
life friends.
interesting.
Like they do it. Those
I
two
guess.
guys are together.
Yeah.
I kind of
Doing
thought
a
that.
show.
What's his name left? What's the guy's name? The main
Keanu
guy.
Reeves?
The famous one.
Keanu.
Yeah. I thought he left the other guy in the. Yeah, I thought he left the other guy in the dust.
No, I guess not.
What's the other guy's name?
Alex Winter, I think. I could be wrong, but
I don't
feel
even
like
know
that's
him.
his name.
Has he
was
been
in
in anything since then?
I don't
Oh,
know.
the Lost Boys, right? Was he?
He was in the Lost Boys.
Was he a Lost
He
Boy?
was one.
Yeah, I
he
thought
was
so.
one of the vampires. Yeah.
But he was one of
Yeah.
a very minor vampire.
Yeah, I mean, they
Yeah.
all were except for Kiefer Sutherland.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
all right, that's interesting. So I didn't know that. Well, that's nice. So they have real life friendship too, I guess.
I guess so. And
good for them.
So one of my favorites, Jerry and George from Seinfeld.
On TV, but they're not real friends, right?
No. I mean, they might be. I don't know.
They are. Right. I think that is an interesting friendship.
It's a great TV friendship.
I feel like it's a great TV friendship. That show really is all about unlikely friendships, I think, if you think about it. It's not a show about nothing. It's a show about unlikely friendships. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good.
Then I have one of my all-time favorites, Ann Perkins and Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec. Their friendship is so odd. I love it. It's so weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the way they set up the friendship, that they met, that Anne came to complain at the meeting that Leslie was running. I thought that was a really good way to start a friendship. Yeah.
I know.
And they evolved. I thought that show was very good at portraying their friendship evolving through time. I really see that as an example of a show doing a really good job, really realistic. It was funny because it's a sitcom and there's a lot of things about it that aren't realistic, but it did do that really well.
Yeah,
right. It was all well, but that was realistic. Yeah. Very nice.
My very last one is Woody and Buzz. I just love them from Toy Story.
Oh, that is cute.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
I love the two of them.
It is very cute.
Even though
I just
Tim
put
Allen
that
is
song
kind
on
of
a video.
Dick, but, You've Got a Friend in Me?
Is he? Yeah, I used that in like a clip on Instagram or something. One of those things. Yeah. Instagram has a lot more music to choose from. TikTok has mostly songs that you don't know. I don't know. It's odd, but
really?
But TikTok, I used it. Yeah. I used it for a video about Revolutionary Friends. Isn't that funny?
It's cute. Yeah.
Revolutionary Friends, You Got a Friend in Me. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
So, all right. Well, I'm just going to run through more. We'll do a separate episode where we talk about the history friendships because we're really running out of time. We don't have time for everything. Yeah. But so that'll be another one. That'll be in the new year. I do want to mention, since it's going to be holiday season and I am a writer, I did write a book called Revolutionary Friends. I will mention that one friendship. It was a revolutionary friendship. And that book, guess how many, did I tell you how many copies my book has sold?
No.
I just found out it's sold almost 100,000 copies.
Wow, that's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, because
that's pretty cool. 100,000.
Thank you. Yeah, almost. It's getting there. So everybody, come on, help me hit the 100,000 mark. Let's do this. It was a lot of schools, which I'm so grateful to the curriculums they put me in because, not me, my book, because honestly, it's like, it's such an honor to bring this history to life and to show some of the things that we don't learn as much about. I'm not saying we don't learn it at all, but they sort of things, some things just sort of get glossed over. And I do think when kids learn about positivity, a friendship, a bond that happened in war, that is going to stick with them. It's very important to show the positive aspects, especially because it is the friendship that really saved America. I'm not going to go into all the details, but without the father-son relationship between Washington and Lafayette, we would not be a country. We would not. It's absolute fact. And I'm not going to give you the reasons. I might have talked about it before, but this isn't an episode about that. But everybody read Revolutionary Friends, and you'll see it's a book that kids will enjoy because it's about about a relationship between two people, like two very real people. It's not just ambiguous about a war. That I can't take when books are ambiguous and there's nothing to anchor with. Like textbooks are a lot like that. You just like facts, 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 and you're not really getting that emotional core. So I'm really proud of Revolutionary Friends, General George Washington, and the Marquis de Lafayette. And if you're on TikTok, I sell signed books on TikTok. I have a TikTok shop. My TikTok shop brings the boys to the yard. So that's a little thing for that. Since it's friendships, and we were talking, I figured I would throw in my Revolutionary Friendship. Very proud of them. And yeah, so check that out.
That's
and
pretty
we're
cool.
going to be doing historical friendships. And thank you. Yeah, I it really blows me away. I wrote that book, and that book came out in 2013, and it's just been it's just grown and grown in popularity, which I love. So I want to mention Gwyneth Paltrow. Thank you, Gwyneth Paltrow and Jay-Z. That's a weird friendship, don't you think?
I don't care for either of those people.
Well, I didn't know we had to we're not limiting it to people we care for. I mean,
No,
but,
I'm just
first of all,
saying.
she's on a yeah, she's a weird one. Like, what is going on with this vagina scented candle? What the hell? That's disgusting. Why would anybody want that? Why would anybody want that? And it's sold out.
Yeah.
Ew, that's so disgusting.
Listen, different strokes for different folks, right?
I don't know. She could there's so many things that I could see why people might buy, even if I wouldn't want to buy them. But that I don't know. But anyway, so she's friends with both Jay-Z and Beyonce, but she is an intense rap enthusiast, and her kids even call him Uncle Jay, which is I guess nice.
I mean, it's nice.
It's interesting.
I have no interest in this.
All right. Well, I'm just saying it's I like to find these unlikely friendships,
Yeah. It is.
And then did you know that Eminem and Elton John are friends?
Yes, I did.
You did know that?
I did.
Well, yeah, apparently they joined forces at the 2001 Grammys, and then later Eminem turned to him for support getting sober. He said, I told him, look, I'm going through a problem and I need your advice. That's nice.
Yeah.
And we all know about Ben Affleck and Affleck. We all know about Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Were on my list, yeah.
Yeah. I love how they developed Good Will Hunting together, but I never really knew how it came about. And apparently it's from a one-act play that Matt Damon wrote. He was in a Harvard playwriting class, and they had been childhood friends, and they were both struggling actors, and they wanted to create a script that would showcase their acting abilities, and it could be produced cheaply. And if you think about it, that it's true that the scenes in there are a lot less complex than a lot of other movies could be. So it's interesting they took that into account. So they collaborated by exchanging scenes, and the script was influenced by their shared experiences growing up in Cambridge, including resentment toward Harvard MIT students and Affleck's father's job as a janitor at Harvard. So that's interesting. And Matt Damon did recall the exact moment in school that their friendship was cemented. Ben bravely came to his defense during a fight. So then he said on Conan O'Brien, I can't say anything today. Conan O'Brien, he was on the show, and he said in that moment he knew that Ben was a good friend to have. So that's cute. And then down the line, Ben already had an agent, and then he helped Matt find representation to kickstart their careers, and they started going to auditions. And then but ultimately they weren't having much luck, so that's when they decided to write the script. And I do like that it was originally a one-act play. I love the idea of writing something and then, okay, maybe this is not the thing that it needs to be in its final form. I think that a lot of people don't understand that part in creation. You could create something, you don't really know what you're going to do with it at that moment, and then you could work with it later on. But then they said writing the script for Good Will Hunting wasn't all smooth sailing, and it almost killed their writing partnership. Matt said, I mean, I think Good Will Hunting took us so long. We were like unemployed. And then he said, it took us forever to write that screenplay. And then it was so, when you have like PTSD from something. So it took them like 25 years to collaborate again, because it was just like, so they were still friends, but they just worked separately because it was so much to work on that. So I find that interesting. And I do love the idea when they got the reason really why it was successful is because they attached Robin Williams. They had this brilliant idea to attach somebody famous already to the movie, right? And so they were just like pretty much reaching out to anybody they could find. And then they got him and he did it. And then they all won Academy Awards. Robin Williams won the Academy Award and they did. So I thought that was interesting. And then we have Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill and Brad Pitt are very close friends. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Strange, right?
Yeah.
But apparently,
another one. Yeah.
Jonah Hill. You don't like Jonah Hill?
No.
What's the matter with Jonah Hill? He's a super fan. He's a Howard super fan.
I don't know.
I don't know. I always like Jonah Hill. You know what I like about him? I just like I just think he's very genuine. Maybe I'm wrong, but when I listened to him on, I kind of liked him on Howard. Like I thought he was very genuine, and also he was fangirling Howard, which I love. I love when people fangirl, like because I feel like they're like we're the same. We both love Howard, but apparently Brad is a total prankster, and now Jonah is a serious actor. So I mean, I guess that. But then the other one Jonah Hill is friends with is Adam Levine, and Jonah Hill actually officiated Adam Levine's wedding. Isn't that
the
weird?
Maroon 5
and then
guy?
There's a picture. Yeah. Adam Levine. I mean, he married that model. This was back in 2014, that model. And Jonah Hill officiated it. And that's when people were like, why? But apparently they grew up together as friends. Jonah Hill said, our dads met in the principal's office in junior high. Apparently they were always getting into trouble. And he said that he looked to the musician Adam Levine as an older brother figure. He said, we were in a carpool and we lived at each other's houses. So that's kind of cute, I guess. There's a picture of them. Either. And Adam, I know, he looks very, there's a picture of him that I saw when he's wearing like a suit, but you can see like a neck tattoo coming out, and he just looks like a thug to me. I don't know. I don't know. I find those kind of tattoos really intimidating. I don't know what it is. I'm not judging, but they just intimidate me.
No, I don't.
No?
No, it doesn't bother me. There's nothing about him that I find interesting.
Well, what you
or Maroon 5.
Well, I always I don't like him. No, I'm not a fan of him as a person. Like, I admire his talent. And I did used to, I loved Maroon 5 in the back, just when they hit. I used to play those songs. We've talked about it on this. Like, I've talked over and over again. But I do think he's got a little bit, he's very egotistical, which was kind of a turnoff. Not that, I mean, it just in general of liking somebody, not even in terms of anything else, but whatever. And, I just think it's interesting that they're friends and that Jonah Hill married them. I think that's kind of funny. And so I think I'll leave it at, there's one more. Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. It's so cute that they're friends. And
yes.
Because Anderson's so serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Andy Cohen is so goofy. And I love how Andy Cohen was talking about their friendship on Howard, and he said they were like Goofus and Gallant from the highlights. And I think that's so true because Anderson is so gallant and Andy is so Goofus. On a separate note, I do think that's kind of a mean thing. The Goofus thing is kind of mean to call somebody even Goofus. Like, it's kind of mean, but
I don't know. I think
it was popular, and I think it does fit. But I mean, in general, no. I don't mean it's mean for Andy. Well, Andy was calling himself Goofus. I mean, in general, that comic strip is kind of mean to even call somebody Goofus. Goofus does this, and this does this. I'm like, what? Wow. It's kind of mean. But anyway, very popular. And then Andy also has a very long-standing friendship with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes.
and he interviewed her on the red carpet, and they bonded on that, and they lived, at times they've lived next door to each other, and so I think that's cute that they have that friendship. So I will leave it at that. One little tiny thing, Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone met on the set of the 80s comedy Rhinestone, and they became the best of friends, which is funny. Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone. I think that's a funny friendship.
Love her, don't like him.
And Stallone's, well, he said the most fun I ever had on a movie was with Dolly Parton and Rhinestone. So, and they always rave about each other. So that's cute.
Isn't it Rhinestone Cowboy?
All right, so let's leave it at that. It just says Rhinestone here. I think Rhinestone Cowboy might be a different movie. I thought Rhinestone Cowboy was like a really serious movie. I think Rhinestone was a comedy. I think they're two different movies.
I have no idea. I have never seen any of it.
No, but I thought it was cute that they were friends. So,
that is cute. But we didn't mention the most famous friendship of all. Not that I'm interested in it, but Oprah and Gail. I mean, is that not one of the most famous friendships there is?
I think the most famous one is Lucy and Ethel, but I mean, Lucy and Vivian Vance, but I think they are. Well, that is interesting. You're right. Oprah and Gail. I would like to know how they met and all that, which so maybe one time we'll talk about that. But it is interesting that they have remained such great friends.
Yeah.
Now, there's a person I would have called a sidekick. I still do, I guess, call Gail kind of a sidekick, even though she did make her own career and everything. But I think things have gone drastically wrong since she went up in space. Because I think that space trip was wrong for her and Katy Perry. Because Katy lost her marriage. And like, it's weird how he left her right after that, right? And then, and she is now losing her job. You know, they're getting rid of her. Is it a coincidence? They went up in space and now everybody's, I mean, the wife of what's his name? I heard that food dish. The wife of, the Amazon guy. I mean, she wasn't even married at the time, but she doesn't have anything to lose. She's got, well, she hit the home run on that. But the other two, I think they maybe should have just kept, maybe if they went, they should have just kept their mouths shut about it a little bit. They were very braggy about it. And they didn't really do anything. They just went up for 5 minutes, if that, it wasn't, and Katy Perry singing, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Meanwhile, she had left this world it wasn't even she was singing the wrong song completely, so.
Listen, I think she's
girl,
a ridiculous person. She is. She's a silly woman.
She is, but I mean, it's weird. It's strange that he left her right after that. I think it's a bit of a coincidence. And then Gail, I don't know, but her friendship with Oprah is pretty remarkable. It's pretty remarkable. So good for her. You're right. That's an interesting friendship in that, what's that all about? But yeah. So good. That was a good call. You're right. All right. You ready for your quotes?
Yes.
Or you want me to go? You want to go?
No, I don't care. What do you want to do? What?
All right. I'll do mine. Then you do yours.
Okay.
Okay. Helen Keller said, which is weird that she said it now that I'm thinking about it, because she's blind. She said, walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. I like that quote, but it's interesting because she doesn't really know light, if you think about it.
I know.
So she was a really insightful woman, though, I have to say. She said several things that I really, really, I think they're very profound. And then Cicero said, friendship improves happiness and abates misery by the doubling of our joy and the dividing of our grief. And I have to say it's true. It's true on both counts. And I'll leave it at that. He's right.
I agree.
Good for Cicero. I have now said, Cicero was right. He's got my endorsement. That's all he ever really needed, right? My endorsement. And then Anais Nin, who wrote some pretty steamy stuff from what I understand, is very, I've actually read it, but I should, because people keep telling me how great it is. Very risque for her time, and she said, each friend represents a world in us, a world possibly not born until they arrive. And it is only by this meeting that a new world is born. And I really love that. Especially, I think I believe I used it in the beginning of a book, because it's true. Isn't that lovely? That it's like literally we see a whole new world brought up by this person. And I just think that's a beautiful way to think about it.
I think so too.
All right, ma'am.
All
Go
right.
ahead. It's your turn. Yeah, thank you.
So Bill Murray, because I love Bill Murray, said, friendship is so
Sure.
weird. You just pick a human you've met and you're like, yep, I like this one. And you just do stuff with them. I love that. I think he's so funny.
That's very good. That's
And
very
of
good.
course, mine are so goofy. Cookie Monster, I love Cookie Monster, said, sometimes me think, what is friend? And then me say, friend is someone to share last cookie with. And it's so sweet.
Aw.
Cookie Monster is very sweet.
That's very cute.
And
That's
then
very sweet.
one of my favorite duos that no one will know but me, but whatever. I love Alice in Chains, and I think Jerry Cantrell and Lane Staley were very good friends, best friends, and I think they were great collaborators. And so one of their songs, Jerry wrote for Lane before he died, which is interesting. And it says, you, my friend, I will defend. And if we change, well, I'll love you anyway. And I love that. I think it's sweet.
Aw. That's very sweet. I'm glad he wrote it to him before he died and he got to know it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were very good friends.
Yeah. Aw, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's
How's it good?
It's good.
Well, that wasn't goofy at all, that last one. It's good.
I know. I ended on
all right, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Oh,
yeah, very sweet note. Oh, wait, I didn't say goodbye. All right, everybody.
I was like, see ya.
You're just like, I'm fucking done with this shit. All right, everybody. Well, we'll see you next time. And no matter what time of year it is, you can always have a Friendsgiving. You can always sit down with a friend. And even if you live far, you can, have a Zoom, have a glass of wine, and have your Friendsgiving any time of year. So cheers to you and cheers to our friendships. Adieu.
Yes. Happy Friendsgiving.
Yay. Okay,
Yay.
bye.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.